question. Larraine will speak with us briefly about what sound bowls are and what we can expect from the experience. And then we'll go ahead and spend about 20 to 25 minutes with the opportunity to just spend some time with the healing sound bowls. Larraine, go ahead and take it away. I'll leave it to you.
Thank you, Janelle. Thank you everyone for joining me today in this Lunch and Learn. I am so excited and honored to share my knowledge with you and share this experience. So let's get started. I have here a crystal sound bowl, and it is made by burning down quartz. It's made by heating it to about 4,000 degrees. They're usually about 99% quartz. Each bowl is tuned to a different note, a different frequency. And those notes and those frequencies resonate with different parts of the body. When we play them all together, it does a nice flowy experience through the body. And then as an individual bowl, playing each individual bowl, it helps to focus on that one part of the body. What I think is fascinating is that tones and sounds have been used for thousands of years, from early language to building language and sounds and communication, all the way through composing symphonies like Beethoven. What I always thought was neat about Beethoven was that to compose his symphonies when he lost his hearing, he cut the legs off the piano, put the piano on the floor, put his ear to the ground and played the notes. So I can guess, I wasn't around with Beethoven, but I can guess that he was resonating with those tones, how it felt in the body, how it felt in his head and his headspace, through the sinuses, through his heart. And that's what created those beautiful symphonies. So I suppose I channel a little bit of my inner musician when I play the singing bowls, just like Beethoven did too. Studies have found that sound has an impact on the nervous system, our mental processes, our muscles, our digestive system, our blood pressure, our breathing, our respiratory system, and our pulse. Studies have found that we lower the pulse, we calm the breath, really connect with the breath. The blood pressure can even lower from taking in this experience, this sound bowl, sound bath experience. I did find some really fascinating research. There is a director of medical oncology and integrative medicine, and he's at the Cornell Cancer Prevention Center in New York. His name is Dr. Mitchell Gaynor, and he uses sound baths in his practice for treating cancer patients. And I really liked what he had to say about it. His quote says, "If we accept that sound is vibration, and we know that vibration touches every part of our physical being, then we understand that sound is heard not only in the ears, but through every cell in our bodies." So when we experience these sound baths, we're really giving ourselves an opportunity to bring harmony and connection to our mind and the body. And we're often surrounded by so much excess stimuli, right? Especially nowadays with our Zoom calls, which are amazing, but we're surrounded by the computers and the cell phones and lights and TV, and it's all in our face, right? So when we can turn off all of that excess stimuli and tune into the body, letting ourselves really listen to these tones, let those tones come into every cell of the body, right? We can experience harmony. And so often with all that excess stimuli, we're just getting all of our body all over the place, our mind all over the place, almost sometimes living in a disharmony. So being able to use this sound bath experience, we get to help our mind, help our body, because our body and mind do desire to be in harmony, be connected with one another. Let's do a little experiment. If you wouldn't mind, bring your hands together. Start to rub them together. Just getting in a nice rhythm. Find your rhythm. Maybe you want to go fast, like you're stoking a fire. Maybe you want to do it nice and slow. Just kind of notice your hands rubbing together, creating that vibration, that movement in the hands. All right, wherever you are, let's just speed it up a little bit, a little faster for 3, 2, and 1. Hold it here. Slowly start to spread your fingers and spread your palms apart. Notice how it feels in the hands. Sometimes you'll feel a little vibration. Maybe if you go in and out, notice how you feel. Maybe take your attention between the hands. Just notice that energy. Let's try it one more time. Rub those hands together. Get them nice and warm. 3, 2, 1. Hold them here. Open, close. There we go. Nice job. See how that feels. Take that attention between. Just kind of notice that vibration in the hands, that energy between the hands. So we too can generate that same effect with our hands. You can even rub the hands together, get that energy going, and bring the hands to the head, to the heart, to the belly, calming down the body where it needs it. Sometimes our heart just needs a little extra love. So just a little something, a little takeaway that you can do to bring that vibration, bring that energy to yourself at any time. Let's take a moment to get comfortable where you are. We'll get going into the video. We have the nice sound bowl experience. So get yourself comfortable. You bring your hands to your lap. Maybe you want to put on headphones and really tune out everything. You can also do no headphones, whatever works for you. You can play with that volume a little bit in the beginning. Give yourself a little opportunity at the beginning of the video to kind of test that volume out and get the volume where you would like it to be for that tone, that sound in your ear, the tones and the sounds around you. You can also lie down if you'd like. So find that comfortable space as we settle in. Let's bring both hands to the heart wherever you are in that space. Take a deep breath in the nose and let it go out the mouth. One more of those deep breaths. I invite you to close your eyes as we begin our sound bath, sound bowl experience.
Right. So that was a little experience with the sound bath. I did put a little question in the chat if anybody would like to talk about their experience with the sound bath. We do have about 10 minutes left in our session. If anyone has any questions, any comments, anything they would like to share. Otherwise, you can feel free to just rest here and take the next 10 minutes just to start moving your body around and waken yourself up again and ready yourself for the next half of your day. You're welcome, Yelena.
Yes, you're very welcome. Thank you for
Larraine, is there anything else you wanted to share with us about the sound bath before we go?
Just the little takeaway that everything on earth has vibration, has energy. We have the energy in all of our cells, from the plants to the animals to the people. So just let that sit with you, what that means to you. There is also no right or wrong with this sound bowl experience. Everyone experiences it differently. If you would like to share, I would love to hear what your experience is, anything that you have that came up for you. I would love to hear that.
Erica in the chat asks, why glass bowls instead of metal?
So these are actually quartz. So these are made from quartz crystal. They're typically about 98 to 99% quartz. So you melt down the quartz, well, not me, but the people who make them, they melt down the quartz and they make it into a mold, and then they tune it to the frequency that is each bowl. So each one has a note. Each one has a frequency and a tone. I personally resonate with the crystal bowls. I do have a small metal bowl. They're called Tibetan bowls. Those ones are made mostly of metal, typically zinc, iron, copper, and then a mixture of a little bit of gold and silver. But I was just always so attracted to the quartz crystal bowls, so that's what I ended up getting. But I do really love and appreciate the metal bowls too. Yes. Oh, thank you, Sandy. Oh, you're welcome, Erica. Yes. I'm glad you had the opportunity to be here too. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining. Oh, we have a hand
And
raised.
were you intending to ask a question aloud?
Yes. So the metal bowls, can you still do the same ringing tone by rubbing around the metal bowls?
Yes. I've not tried it with my hand, but with the little hammer, it's sometimes called a hammer or a mallet. Right. Those typically, I just have this one with me right here, but the other ones typically have a little round top that you spin around the edges as well. And with the metal bowls, you can see a little bit more of where to play it. They put kind of some lines right here at the top. So it kind of gives you a little guide. And then also, I believe it helps to get, the grooves help to get that sound just really, really resonating out there.
So those quartz bowls, that's a lovely sound. What is the cost of them? I bet they're not cheap.
They're not. When you buy them individually, they're typically around $100 each at the lowest. The larger the bowl, the more expensive it is. You can kind of see for size, this is about big around as my torso. This one was $99 for this one in particular. Yeah. So getting the set, it's definitely a big investment, but if there's one that just really resonates with you sound wise or tone wise, one bowl is good too to begin.
Thank you.
Of course, you're welcome. Oh, experience practice 4 is lovely. Feel the vibration. Oh, thank you, Donna. And the higher pitch really felt within the center of your forehead. Very good. Uplifting and rejuvenating. Thanks for sharing, Donna. That's wonderful. I'm glad that you got to experience that. And thanks for letting me guide you, everybody. It's always such an honor to guide people through any meditation and yoga. I feel very honored and appreciative for this connection. Thank you.
And Sandy loves the lower pitches. I also am prone to the lower pitches. Sometimes the higher pitches can bother me a little bit, and I'm not sure where that comes from. Do you ever have people say that?
Yes. A lot of times it's from blocked energy, just if there's a blockage, something that's just holding you back. And a lot of times when that starts to rumble up inside, we start to get a little uncomfortable with it. And that's normal. That's totally normal. But over time, it's if you're able to, in that meditation, in that experience, breathe through it and allow yourself, without judgment, without attachment to it, just letting go, telling yourself, I'm letting go of this. I'm letting go of this. Whatever it is, it'll go. And sometimes it'll hang around. You know, I talk about it kind of like when you push something under a rug, you know, you stuff it under the rug, it just becomes a mountain. And sometimes it just takes a little time to break down. That's typically why that happens. But I do love that the low happy rumbles of the elephants. Yes, those lower tones, those get in a little bit more in the lower parts of the body, like the groundedness of the sit bones and the tailbone and the sacrum. And that's where our groundedness comes from, which that just elephants, same, that I love elephants too. It resonates, you know, you think about that groundedness of an elephant, like how, you know, how much space they cover. Oh, it's beautiful.
Thanks everyone so much for joining us. Of course, if you do have any further questions that you didn't have a chance to discuss today, you can always send an email to hs-uclivingfitforever@ucdavis.edu.